And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate. It's all about helping you win in any marketplace here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we talk about 80 different categories of business and finance and estate planning, tax planning, all types of ways that we can help you as a consumer advocate here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you save our hotline in your phone. At some point, you may need it. 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline. You can call or text our number. It's an off-air line as well, 813-670-7372. Call or text anytime. Comments, questions concerning the coronavirus, things happening in business, finance, estate and tax planning, real estate. So many different ways that we can help you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also, bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. We've got Doug Levi appearing on the show today, Strategic Insurance, our expert contributor, all things insurance related. Welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show, sir.
Always good being here, Brandon. I wish we were in person, man. Can I give you a hug via Zoom?
Yeah,
let's do
there we go.
Like virtual. An air high five. We'll do like the fist bump, something.
That's right. Virtual hug.
I know we're all a little separated right now, but excited to be here, man. And again, want to always send some good vibes out to our listening audience, and we'll share some things that are going on in the insurance world and what people can do right now.
Nice. Yeah. Property casualty insurance, real estate, of course, the insurance, all types on your businesses as well. There's ways that you can protect, income streams with business. So Doug Levi, the best in the business. We also have Eli Gonzalez, the Godfather of Ghostwriting, on the show today. Eli, what's happening, my friend?
Man, there is so much happening. That answer is like a 3-week answer, but glad to be here again, my friend.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're going to hear from Eli. He's going to talk about a couple different avenues that he has to help entrepreneurs, and most notably is how to start, write your own book. And if you see my book right here in front of me, I've written a couple books. We're actually working on a third book together now, so we're real excited about that, about becoming the authoritative expert in your industry, highlighting a certain area. There's a lot of ways that you can do something that your competition is not to help you, stand out, especially when business is very competitive these days. This is one of the most competitive business environments that we've ever seen in the history of mankind, in the history of the United States. It's both one of the best times to be alive because there's so much opportunity, and it's also a very competitive time because everybody wants to get a piece of the real estate pie or the mortgage pie or the insurance pie. Whatever business you're in, apply that to your business. But writing a book can help you separate yourself and become the authoritative expert in that space. And this segment is brought to you by Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. Replenish IV Solution can help you fight off any type of virus, especially the coronavirus. Well, it's 2 locations in Tampa Bay, South Tampa, Gandy Boulevard, South Tampa. They've got a Carrollwood location as well, and they're doing in-home visits as well with scheduling. They can actually bring vitamins, IVs directly to your home, your office, maybe wherever you're going to be set up at. But I highly recommend Replenish IV Solutions, and it's a vitamin drip. I go in at least once a month, and I get my injection of all the good stuff, my vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, amino acids. The most famous cocktail is the Myers cocktail when it comes to Replenish IV Solutions. Big shout out to Stephen and Lisa Gunnan with Replenish IV Solutions. And as you know, I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate a top real estate team here in the Tampa Bay area, over $20 million in volume. as an office. We did over $630 million in volume last year as well. So I want to give a shout out to a couple of hot properties that we've got. 19206 US Highway 19 is a awesome opportunity here in Tampa Bay. 19206 US Highway 19. This is a commercial property that's available right here in Clearwater. It's a car dealership currently operating as a auto dealership with many locations across the Southeast, and it's a corner lot, so you could redevelop this, rezone it. You could put in condominiums, lots of opportunity in Tampa Bay. 19206 US Highway 19 in Clearwater. It's listed just over $1 million, I believe, is the price point on that one. And we also have a beautiful Dunedin property available, 260 Lyndhurst Street. It's right next to the Fenway in Dunedin. If you're familiar with the Fenway, it's a great location, steps from the Fenway Hotel. You can literally walk to dinner, walk for drinks, and enjoy the beautiful sunsets right over the intercoastal waterways there in Dunedin. So 260 Lyndhurst Street in Dunedin. Check it out. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, let's go into it with Doug Levi. We got Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. He's our expert contributor in all things for insurance. TampaBayInsurance.com is his website. Let's jump right into it. What are you seeing out there, Doug?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a hot topic right now is everything COVID-19. And, again, I just want to encourage everybody out there. I started last time with this great verse from the Bible with Jesus where he says, "Peace I give you, my peace I leave you. Do not be worried or afraid. I do not give to you as the world gives." So just really want to encourage people out there. There's a lot of fear going on, and, look for something positive or encouraging. For me, that certainly comes from the Word of God and the Bible. Specifically with insurance, so we're getting a lot of questions from our business clients, certainly about business interruption insurance. And if we just kind of high level that, Brandon, and explain how it traditionally works. Let's say I have a restaurant, there's a fire. Fire puts me, I can't be in the restaurant for 3 months. Well, I need a bucket of money to rebuild the building, assuming I own the building, a bucket of money for my contents. But then how do I keep business going while those things are happening, right? I still have to pay my mortgage. I still have to pay electric. I still have to try and keep employees on payroll. So that's what business interruption is. It's coverage that we've always recommended to our clients for years. And again, it's typically covering things like fire, wind, truck runs into the building, pipe breaks and causes a flood, these traditional things. Well, right now we all know we're in historic times, if you will, with this COVID-19 virus. And unfortunately, viruses have always been excluded from insurance policies. And I always tell people it breaks my heart as an agent who really believes in helping our clients and wanting to help them, having to share news like that with people. Like, unfortunately, it's not covered. What I will say, and again, trying to focus on the positive, because there's no doubt we're hearing a ton about this right now. And I can even, Brandon, at the end, send you the link to it if you want to put it up on your website or the consumerqb.com, et cetera, we can. But basically, outside of the legislation that was just passed in the last few weeks, the CARE Act and the Paycheck Protection Program, a lot of info still coming out on those things. I literally just this morning, probably 30 minutes before we came on air now, got an email from Insurance Journal, which is sort of our main body of education, if you will, and be like, real estate journal for you, Brandon. And there's talks right now about additional legislation outside of everything where the government will come in as a backstop to these insurance carriers to potentially help with this whole business interruption gap. Because again, right now it's been excluded. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure on carriers and a lot of people that are very upset knowing it's not covered. And it's one of those things. Unfortunately, insurance traditionally doesn't cover everything, right? It's like war has not been covered. Terrorism wasn't covered pre 9/11. So it looks like there may be some things in the work. Again, it seems very early. I literally just got the article, but in an encouraging way, it looks like it was signed by some very, very large association groups, including Brandon, National Association of Realtors, National Association of Mortgage Brokers, like the Property and Casualty Association of America, the associations for the insurance carriers. So it seems like there's a fair amount of support, and perhaps the thought is the government comes in with yet another bucket of money to plug this gap and say, okay, We realize traditionally this has not been something that's covered. We can't put it on the insurance carriers right now because it's just not something that's covered, but the government would potentially step in, but allow the carriers to facilitate it. Because again, if we just think through it, that's what carriers do all the time. They help deal with this sort of a claims process. So I think that's really encouraging for people out there to know.
Yeah, absolutely. That could help. And if you just joined us, we're talking with Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, TampaBayInsurance.com. He's helped us out as well in the real estate game where you have a deal that should be closing. There's an issue with flood insurance, for example. Doug and his team stepped in with expert advice. So any real estate agents out there, mortgage professionals that are listening, I would highly recommend, thinking about Doug when it comes to a strategic partner as well. Of course, with homeowners out there as well. Homeowners, automobile, lots of ways.
Appreciate that, Brandon.
My pleasure.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
And we've got on our website now, if people go to our website, TampaBayInsurance.com, we've got sort of a response to COVID-19 and just some of the things we're here trying to do to help. We've actually bumped up our gift card challenge. We normally do a $17 gift card. We're doing a $27 gift card. Anyone wants to review their insurance, know there's a lot of people going through tough times out there. We're opening up our Zoom account to business owners that may need, help communicating. And then we're also starting to assemble, we're calling them care kits. And, a lot of it's just a gift card, maybe to Publix or Walmart for people that we know that may have lost their jobs. Again, I love Brandon. You always talk at the end of the show, trying to be a force for good. So we really want to be a force for good in our community. I know the community will bounce back strong. So, but if people want, they can go right to our website, TampaBayInsurance.com. Right at the top, there's a special section about what we're doing. And then also real quick, on the payment front, we are getting questions from clients at different levels. The carriers are being more gracious than ever before with regards to payments. So I think that's really important for the listening audience to know is, if you're going through a tough time and you don't think you can make your auto insurance or your homeowner's insurance or whatever, your business insurance, reach out to your carrier directly. They very well may accommodate, give a 60-day waiver, do some different things to help with that.
More from Doug coming back after this break. We'll be right back. We also have Eli Gonzalez, the Godfather of Ghostwriting.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Kansas City Star.
The 62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week of 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore.
Yes.
To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and made
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
as your super connector. We want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate deals. Buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you, of course, and we want to help you win. We've got Doug Levi on the phones as well as Strategic Insurance. Eli Gonzalez coming right up here, the godfather of ghostwriting. We're talking about marketing, business marketing, and ghostwriting as a area of topic here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. A couple of hot listings here. I want to talk to developers and builders right now because we've got some opportunities at Peaceful Lane. It's 4214 Peaceful Lane. Up in Land O'Lakes. This is development opportunity on Bell Lake, which is a 90-acre ski lake, 8 lots right on the waterfront, 5 of which are on the waterfront in Peaceful Lane and Land O'Lakes. Property is priced right over $1 million, and it's a great opportunity. Now, right across the way there, over the lake, we've got 4207 Cox Drive as well, which is a half-acre lot right there on a peninsula. So you've got beautiful water views from all 3 angles on the end of the property there. 4207 Cox Drive, Land O'Lakes. I've got about a dozen other vacant land listings, commercial and residential opportunities. So if anybody's out there looking to develop and take advantage, we'd love to talk to you. 813-670 7372, 813-670-7372, and consumerqb.com is our website, of course, for the radio and TV show. And we also have PlatinumMVPTeam.com, PlatinumMVPTeam.com. This segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort over on beautiful Treasure Island. The Bilmar Beach Resort, I love, heading over there for a local staycation just to get away. And yes, they are open now with, cleaning the rooms, very carefully cleaning, adhering to CDC guidelines. The Bilmar Beach Resort over on Treasure Island, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 2 pools on site. You got restaurants on site, Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant as well, and a great opportunity to have a local staycation, or if you're in out of town, check it out as a vacation. Great time to hang out here in Tampa Bay. And let's jump into our content, back into Eli Gonzalez. We're going to welcome Eli Gonzalez, the ghost writer, in the house. Welcome in, sir.
Pleasure to be here again, man.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about what's happening in your world. You're writing books. You're teaching other people how to build a business through ghostwriting as well. Pretty cool stuff happening, man.
Yeah. I've written more than 85 books now as a ghostwriter. I've published 6 books of my own. A couple years ago, I founded the International Ghostwriters Association. We have the only online certification course on how to become a ghostwriter. And that's kind of resulted in me being nicknamed the Godfather of ghostwriting, because I'm blessing these other people into these their new writing careers.
Nice. That's awesome, man. I like that. And to teach a man how to fish, right? It's not just giving them fish; you're teaching them how to fish. And
yeah, there are millions of people out there that would love to become writers. Hundreds of thousands of people graduate college every year with an English degree or a journalism degree. And then later on, they find themselves doing something other than writing.
Right.
So this course provides, it's kind of like a business in a box kind of deal, where we don't just teach the nuances of ghostwriting, how to interview and how to write like someone else, but we also teach the business aspect of it so that someone can start their own independent writing company.
Right on. Yeah, I like that, man. Absolutely. So when you think about the ability for it, kind of like I was saying earlier, when you're competing in business and you're, let's say, a realtor, for example, there's 8 to 9, 10, 12,000, just depending on how far you go out county wise, competitors. Lots of people are have a friend who's a realtor, and they say, oh, I'm just going to go with my friend. But the more that you can do as a professional in an industry to educate yourself and pass that information along through writing a book, that's going to help separate you tremendously, Eli.
Yeah, there is no bigger differentiator today than by being an SME, right? Being a subject matter expert. And nothing gives you that cachet, that credibility than authoring a book, than having a book that shows to the world, I know what I'm talking about. I don't have to stand next to you while you read this. My stuff works, right? And no matter where you are in business, if you're at the point where you want to start a speaking career, to these event planners, they're not even going to smell your way if you don't have a book.
Right.
If you want to get on media, a lot of these show producers won't even look at you if you don't have a book. If you want to double your business, if you want to be more referable, there's no better way to do that than by writing and publishing a book. A book, without a doubt. And I say it because I've seen it. I've seen people get exactly what they want from a book and more. The people that don't really get much from a book are those people that say, "Oh, my book is like a glorified business card," and that's just ridiculous, right? A business card, regardless how glorified, can't educate someone. It can't teach someone. It can't inspire someone. It can't motivate someone. A book is a powerful, powerful weapon, and if used properly, it can elevate anyone's business.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just joined us, we're talking with Eli Gonzalez. He's an author and a publisher. He's written 85 books as a ghostwriter, 6 of his own. The Godfather of ghostwriting, as he's nicknamed, and he wrote our first book as well. And we're working on book number 3. But the idea, I love that. And kind of going back to a Bible verse myself, as Doug led off with a bit of a Bible verse, but Paul in the Bible said, "Call forth those things that be not as though they were." Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when you think about, wow, I remember when I was thinking about writing my first book, I thought about it. I started taking down notes, and luckily the technology, I was doing voice notes because I'm not that great of a typer. But when it comes down to it, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And the idea of, so what would your reaction be then, or Eli, or your confidence level to other people to say, they look at it and they're like, well, I'm busy. I'm a mortgage broker. I'm a title rep. I've got some specialized knowledge, yes, but I just don't know if I can do it. I don't have the time to do it.
Yeah. And that's most people's excuse. Right. And I don't say this to sell my service, but that's why we're in business. Right. Because for us, we just take an hour a week of our clients' time to write a chapter a week. We interview them a chapter a week. And anyone, has an hour that they can sit down and talk about something that they're very, very good at. We happen to first come out with the outline so that the client knows exactly what 3 or 4 topics they're going to be interviewed for, which gives them plenty of time to now, maybe not regurgitate stuff they've been saying for the last 15 years, but to really hone in on what they're saying today.
Yeah.
Right. And that gives that makes allows for them to give us their best content and gives us plenty of time to nail their voice. And that's so that's how we do it. But I will tell you this about time. For anybody watching or listening, if your excuse has been time, you've run out of that excuse. You're home. You have the time. There is no excuse that you don't have the time. Those people that can harness time right now, that can make time work for them, and that can sit down and get a book out 3 or 4 months down the line when this whole pandemic is over, they're going to have elevated themselves while the competition has been sleeping. So there's no...
Looks like we're having a little technical difficulty here with Eli Gonzalez, the ghostwriter. The ghostpublishing.com is his website.
No more excuse.
Theghostpublishing.com is his website. We're having technical difficulty hearing Eli now, but yeah, his point that he's making is that, especially now that we have time, lots of time here, with a lot of people being, safer at home. It's not a mandatory at home yet, but it's safer at home orders in many different counties at safer at home. And I think I hear him now. So can you finish your point you were making there? We lost you about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. And I don't know when it cut out, but But while you have 2, 3, 4 months during this pandemic, leverage time, start working on your book so that when this whole thing blows over, you will have elevated yourself above the competition. While they slept, while they hibernated, you go ahead and you put together a product that's not only going to give you leads, but people, check this out. This is the powerful thing about a book. People will pay you to become a lead when they buy your book.
I like
And
that.
that's
I like that.
something unheard of in the SEO world.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Think about the benefits too. You just mentioned search engine optimization, YouTube videos. You can do a voice recording of the book, which is what I'm going to be doing right here at Tampa Bay Multimedia Studio. I'm going to be recording this book into a voice format because a lot of people like the voice format as well, Eli.
And Brandon, let me say this, and I know we're running out of time here, but for those of you guys who are home and want to write a book, let me just give you a couple of quick tips. The biggest mistake you can do when you start to write a book is start writing the book, because inevitably you're going to write yourself into a corner, right? So the first thing you should do is write a comprehensive outline, 3 or 4 bullet points in each chapter.
Yeah.
Today's reader doesn't have the time to read a whole chapter about just one thing, right? So if you're looking at a 10-chapter book, get 30 topics. Now I'm going to give you guys some serious gas right here. Chapter 1 is not about you. Chapter 1 is not about you. You know, a lot of people, when they write their first book, I this, I that, you don't have to impress the reader anymore. They've got your book. They've read your back cover copy. Chapter 1 has to be about the reader. So whatever problems your book solves, you list those out for the reader in chapter 1. Maybe you've suffered through this, maybe you've seen that, so that when they read chapter 1, they can identify themselves with your book and say, this author knows what I'm going through. Let me get this book.
Yeah, I like that. That's a nice nugget of advice right there. I like that. So Eli, the ghostwriter, talking about getting those bullet points out, doing a brain dump, taking everything out of your mind and putting it on paper. Because when you bring it from your mind to paper, it becomes real. And then you schedule the appointment with Eli. You start the process of writing your book and you make it happen. You put those things together and you reach that goal. Never leave the sight of attaining a goal without taking an action item toward that goal. All right, so more from Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, Eli Gonzalez as well. And our feel-good story of the day, Yale's massively popular happiness course is available online. We're going to talk about that right after this break.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
This is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it's Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with D'Angelo Star.
62, who knew? I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week. 62, who knew?
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore. Ask me about
to be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and made
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left-hand white, and then they catch the left-hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
as your super connector. We want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. I've got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that image because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We buy houses cash as well. I've had a few calls, people asking for one of the programs that we offer is called Keller Offers. So we can give you an instant offer, just like you see advertised in other places. We're going to give you a better offer. A lot of our offers come in higher than the other competitors when it comes to that. So if you're looking to get out of a property quickly, we can help you with what they call an instant offer, cash offer. You see the signage, we buy houses cash. Deal with a reputable company, a reputable brand, Keller Williams Realty, and not some of these bandit signs that you see on the side of the road. If you're looking to sell your properties, we would love to talk to you. And we have Doug Levi on the show today, Strategic Insurance, as well as Eli Gonzalez, the Godfather of Ghostwriting, going to be on the show here in just a moment. We're going to come right back to them. But we wanted to talk to you a little about our sponsor, Brothers Easy Moving. Big shout out to Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Shout out to Brothers Easy Moving. Whether you're planning a local or long distance move, they are highly recommended, and they first class service and a first class experience from them moving my family to our lake house. So I highly recommend Brothers Easy Moving. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 8325 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. This is an office that is available for sale in Town and Country, Tampa, 5 minutes from the airport. Beautiful freestanding office building with signage on Hillsborough Avenue that has about 50,000 cars a day going by it. 8325 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa is a great commercial opportunity for any business owners out there. If you're currently paying your landlord's mortgage for them by renting and leasing space, reach out. We'd love to talk to you. This is a nice building here, 8325 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. Beautiful conference room, lots of nice decor. There's a kitchen in there as well. It comes with all the video equipment, surveillance equipment, and it is completely fenced in with a lot of parking. There's lots of parking spaces there. Could be all types of businesses, a roofing company, a doctor's office, architects, attorneys, real estate, lots of ways that this business could operate. 8325 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. Check out all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All right, let's go back to Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. Doug, we were talking about, one of the things I love to ask people to do is a review of their finances. We talk a lot about a comprehensive approach. So we look at an opportunity for people to review what you're currently doing, estate planning, tax planning, insurance planning, and making sure those professionals talk to one another. But you're incentivizing people as well with a $27 gift card challenge to open up the books, fax you their policies at Strategic Insurance, and you're going to do a complete comprehensive review to make sure they're not overpaying, they've got all the binders in place, the coverages that they need.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a great opportunity right now. There's a lot of people at home. There's a lot of people who have more time on their hands maybe than normal. And, just the question is, hey, when's the last time you reviewed your home, your auto, your business, really any line of insurance? And for the opportunity to review that for you, give you an apples to apples comparison, we'll text you or email you at the end a $27 Amazon gift card. So, we feel really lucky and blessed, Brandon, that we are in an industry that is essential. A lot of people will call the insurance industry recession-proof, and so we just want to be there to be a help to the community right now. And one of the ways that we can do that, hopefully, is by helping save people money. So again, you can go right to our website, TampaBayInsurance.com. You can fill your info out right there. It's not a ton of info, just some basic info. We'll have one of our advisors get in touch with you. Hopefully we can save you some money on your whatever insurance we're looking at. And at the end, we'll text you a $27 Amazon gift card, so you can go try and buy some toilet paper, towel paper, whatever stuff you need. You can try and get through Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. So we're talking with Doug Levi here, Strategic Insurance, on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we talk a lot about real estate and credit and finance, estate planning, tax planning on the show, Doug. And there's a lot of ways that, we're helping consumers with our Consumer Advocate platform. And I know you're a published author as well, kind of going with today's theme of having Eli on the show. But you published a book, and that was part of your strategy as well with growing your business.
Yeah, absolutely. We're I wrote a book a few years ago called Surviving the Insurance Jungle, and I just took a lot of the best practices that we've done day in and day out working with clients for the last 15 years and trying to teach them how to get the best coverage for their insurance dollar out there, make sure they're maximizing all their discounts, making sure they're saving as much money as they can, and quote unquote, not cutting into the bone, if you will. So yeah, we definitely would encourage people, if they want, you can check that out on Amazon. Again, on Amazon.com, you can get it through Kindle. I think it's like $3 on Kindle. The other thing, Brandon, I also want to highlight, with so many people right now in a tough spot, and unfortunately, a lot of people have lost work. And we've been doing this side hustle project really for about the last 6-8 months, and that's been growing pretty rapidly. And that really is an opportunity for people to get into the insurance business, doing home and auto insurance remote from home. And so it's a great opportunity. If you are someone that maybe you lost a job, you're not quite sure next steps, maybe it's a great opportunity to try something new. So we've got insurancesideHustling.com. Again, it's insurancesideHustling.com. You can go to that website, get all the info, and I'm always happy to talk to people about what that looks like. We help walk you through licensing. We show you how to start marketing and how to start growing your business. And then the agency here provides all the infrastructure and support. So we do all the service, all the heavy lift of the administration, if you will. We're growing really rapidly. We now have agents in California. We've got agents in Pennsylvania. We've got plenty here in Florida and other states. So if anyone's looking for an opportunity, now could be a great one.
Wow, yeah, I like that idea, Doug. That's awesome with the side hustling. What a great opportunity for people right now. They don't know what to do. They're kind of potentially temporary. They don't know. A lot of it could be temporary layoffs, but we did see record numbers of unemployment filed, and we think that those numbers are only going to grow over the next couple of weeks. So insurancesideHustling.com. How does that work in a nutshell, Doug? When people can do that, they're going to be out there talking to friends and family, and they can mention insurance and then see where the conversation goes, I would think.
Yeah, there you go. So, we kind of always start from the standpoint, everybody needs it, right? We're one of those industries where you got to have it. So we're in the need, not just one industry. And you can get your licensing, your pre-licensing work all done online. And to do that class, it's through us. It's not through us, but we have an arrangement with ExamFX, which is one of the largest licensing bodies in the country. It's normally $209 through our agency because we do such volume. It's $169. So you literally could sit in your home right now, learn a new skill set, start learning about insurance, and you can get licensed in about 2 to 3 weeks. It's similar to getting your real estate license we've talked about a little bit in the past, Brandon. The other thing we're doing right now, just to try and, again, be a force for good, is I'm starting a licensing reimbursement program right now. And so what I'm saying is, hey, if you pay for the licensing up front, all in, the licensing is about $200. By the time you do the class, you actually take the test, you come on board with us, and after you've written 3 policies of any kind, I'll reimburse those licensing costs. So again, we're just trying to be creative, trying to do some things out there to help people, show them what we've been doing for years. And I think it's going to be a really great model to help a lot of people. So far, we're right now up to about 40 people that have come on board at some level.
How many hours does it take, I'm curious, to get a property casualty insurance, Doug?
Yeah, so the license itself to do, and again, there's different types of licenses, but what we really just show people is to start with your personal lines license, right? And that allows you to do home and auto, boat, flood, umbrella, rental properties. It's pretty broad. You just can't do life insurance or health and commercial. Those are separate licenses. But to do that personal lines license, it's about a 60-hour class. So if you think of it like this, if you were to go in person to a classroom, and you can do that. There are some people, pre all the COVID-19, that you would go into a classroom and you would be in class for about 5 days, kind of 9 to 5. So you kind of translate that online now because it is all online. The pre-class is all online. Again, it's about a 60-hour class. We've seen people do it in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Nice. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very similar to real estate. Real estate.
Yeah, very similar to real estate. You know, I always tell people you're going to learn a lot through the process. It could be a great side gig for you. If it's something you really excel at and enjoy, who knows, down the road, it could be something that you make a full-time career out of. So there's a lot of options that you have with it. We don't have production requirements per se. We get a lot of people that are just starting out. We do a ton of training with them. We've been doing Zoom calls like this, Brandon, for the last year. So every Monday at 10:30, we do a Zoom call. And again, we have people from all over the country now joining on that Zoom call to get training. And we do sales and marketing training. I do a motivation moment. And then we do some actual insurance training on, you know, how to do an auto proposal, how to do a homeowner's proposal. And so we're really here to support that whole way through.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, a leader in the space as well, and taking it online, of course, with Zoom calls. InsuranceSideHustling.com, TampaBayInsurance.com, and when it comes to flood insurance, you know, we are in the Tampa Bay area here. Lots of waterfront properties. Tarpon Springs, matter of fact, is the has the most waterfront of any city in the state of Florida. So it's interesting. Quick update on flood. We got about a minute left here.
Yeah, so flood, you know, there have been changes in the flood market in the last year. Again, obviously the news headlines have been so gripped lately, but if we go back 3-6 months, there were changes to some of the mapping and some of the zoning in the area. And again, we're still in a little bit of flux with that because some of it hasn't been fully finalized. You know, the big picture is some areas are moving to a better flood zone or a lesser risk flood zone. Some areas are moving to a higher risk flood zone. So, you know, as always, we just always recommend you reach out to us. We'll be happy to run a zone determination and run all the different options for you.
Very good. Reach out to Doug. Text the word insurance review. Text the word review, and we'll hook you up with Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, $27 gift card offer, regardless if he can help you or not. Reach out. Get that review done. We would love to put you in touch with him, 813-670-7372, 670-7372. Of course, any mortgage or real estate advice, we can help you there as well. We've got 80 different partners. Check out the website, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors. When we come back, we're going to jump into our lightning round with Doug Levi and Elon Gonzalez here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we have our feel-good story of the day. Yale's massively popular happiness course is available free online. Find out about that. More from our expert contributors. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter, and the Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook. We'll be right back after the short timeout. And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We would help you win in any marketplace, especially in your real estate space, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. We're buying properties cash as well. Keller offers. We got instant offers available to homeowners that want a fast cash offer. We're also bringing on realtors. We're still hiring realtors right now. We got a lot of leads coming in. We're looking to bring realtors onto our team. So reach out. We'd love to talk to you. 813-670-7372. 813-670-7372. And we had a lot of people reaching out this week who wanted to know about a rent versus own analysis. Folks wanting to get plugged into our different types of our network. Folks looking for mortgage advice, real estate credit, insurance, self-defense, all types of different advice that we can offer you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. ConsumerQB.com is the website. And this segment is brought to you by Golf Cart Depot. Reach out to our friends over at Golf Cart Depot. Give them a test drive. They're actually going to deliver to you so you can test drive a golf cart with them. So they've got a Land O'Lakes location, also in Clearwater as well, and they've got locations will be open during the stay-at-home orders, and they're increasing frequency now to help you get your test drive in. So reach out to Golf Cart Depot. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Say hello to Marty. He's the owner, and tell him that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives, and you can see our Easy Go that we've got. We got the graphics right there on there as well, for compliments of our friends at Image 360. So Golf Cart Depot. Big shout out to our friends over at Image 360 and Golf Cart Depot. And we have a feel-good story of the day. Every day we're going to tell you something positive in our feel-good story of the day. So today we've got the interesting story about Yale's happiness course here that's available for free online. In an effort to help the public find joy in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, Yale is making one of their most popular classes available online for free. And in just the past month, they've had more than 600,000 people in an increasingly housebound world sign up for Yale's The Science of Well-Being, a course originally taught on campus by the psychology professor Lori Santos. And the course highlights research that reveals misconceptions about what makes us happy, create steps that we can live a more happy life and fulfilling life. The total enrollment has spiked up as well, now looking at 630,000 people enrolled in March alone. And also, the interest in the classroom is just lasted just a few days. It's been incredible but surreal. And she's quoted by saying, I think that just as people are focused on evidence-based ways for staying physically healthy during the COVID-19 crisis, so too people are looking for evidence-based ways of improving their mental life. So the course description states, in this course you will engage in a series of challenges designed to increase your own happiness and build more productive habits. The science of well-being. And I love that. I love that story. Just looking for ways to be positive, looking for ways to have that happiness factor in your life. I think there's something very special with that, especially if you're in sales. You know, the smiling effect. People want to do business with you. People are more attracted to do business with. They're going to be more open when you're smiling, and they're going to say, wow, this is a person that really cares, and kind of goes right along the theme of our random act of kindness and being a force for good. So I love that story out of Yale here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got our guest contributors today, our expert contributors, Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, Tampa Bay Insurance.com, InsuranceSideHustling.com, as well as Eli Gonzalez, the Ghost Publishing, theghostpublishing.com. He's the godfather of ghostwriting here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, guys, so we want to jump into this part of our segment of our show where we talk about top tips and our nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Let's start off with Eli Gonzalez. Give us some top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom, sir.
Well, during this time, first and foremost, stay safe. You may not have someone elderly at your house or immunocompromised, but some people do, and we love them. So that's the first thing. Stay safe, be smart, obey the law. And also, if it's not take this time to write a book, take this time to do what you've wanted to do, right? If you've always wanted to play the guitar, if you have a guitar, there are YouTube videos. Now is the time for you to do those things that you've been putting off. Right. So be more of the person that you want to be. Take this time to increase your knowledge, to get into your hobby, to get more into your family. Just use this time to grow, and you decide which area in life you want to grow.
Absolutely. I like that. Great opportunity right now to dive deeper into some of those ideas that you thought you wanted to dive deeper into. I love that, Eli. All right, Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, top tips.
Yeah, great advice from Eli. I'll kind of double down, piggyback on that, and say some of the things we've just been trying to do as our family and encouraging others to do is, guard your mind, be real careful with how much media you're consuming and what media you're consuming. Obviously, Brandon, you've got such a heart for the consumer. This is a very positive show, always has been. But we know right now cable news ratings are at an all-time high, and it's easy to just get sucked in and you're watching hour after hour of all this. So to encourage people, be mindful, turn that off or consume it in small amounts. Get some exercise. Now's a great time to be outside. Go for a walk, go for a run, do something outside. Pick up something that's going to encourage you, whether that's listening to a podcast, whether that's reading a book, something that's going to really fill you with some positivity, and just try to look for the good. There's always, I love, out of every challenge, there's a blessing. There's always an opportunity. And so what is that for you? Maybe it is, again, picking up the guitar that you wanted to do. Maybe it is trying a new opportunity for an insurance side hustle or study for your real estate exam. So all those things I think are really going to be positive for people out there that can kind of tune the media out a little bit, focus on some good.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. And I've got a quote, on the Consumer Quarterback Show here. What about a great coach, Vince Lombardi? He talks about mental toughness. And it's an interesting quote because mental toughness is many things and rather difficult to explain. Its qualities are sacrifice, self-denial. Also, most importantly, it is combined with a perfectly disciplined will, which refuses to give in. It's a state of mind. You could call it character in action. So a lot of times when you think about young folks as well, when they're thinking about what they want to do with their lives, they're looking at a lot of negativity around them right now. But if they really have the world at their fingertips at this time, this is the best time to be alive, and you have an opportunity for to be able to set a goal. To be able to think about, hey, I want to. Let's say, for example, someone were to call you and say, hey, I've got an all-expense paid trip to wherever you want to go. Beautiful island in the Pacific, and of course, right now without the coronavirus in the mix. So think about normal times here. And they said all you have to do is be at the airport at 8:45 tomorrow morning, and we'll buy you this trip. You're going to have all the best food, waiters, waitresses, concierge. Everybody's going to take care of you. It's a week-long trip, and all you have to do is show up. But you do have to come with a plan. You've got to come and say, well, what do I have to do before that? I've got to get the kids' arrangements. I got to get the babysitters. I've got to have someone sit the house and set the alarm, make sure everything's convenient. So you still have to come up with a list. You got to come up with goals, right? So when you have something that you want to do, especially for the young folks out there that are saying, hey, what do I do? Maybe you just got fired from your job. You don't know if you're going to have a job. You've got to really do some deep digging here and think about, what am I going to do in terms of my next steps. And it all starts with the idea, writing it down, putting it on paper, and coming up with that goal. And whatever that goal is, at that point, then you got to just think backwards and say, okay, how can I get perspective? I've got to reach out to people that have successfully done what I'm looking to do and talk to them, get perspective from those people that have been there, done that, and already made those failures and those mistakes. That way you can streamline your process and you can be as successful as you can be. So those are, ideas that you want to look at when it comes to goal setting and getting into that next career or maybe your first career. But it all comes down to writing it down, making it a must, and then following up with action. You've got to take massive action to make it happen. All right, so let's do another round here. Let's go back to Eli Gonzalez. Parting words of wisdom here, sir.
Well,
All right, so we lost Eli again. Eli's frozen. Let's go to Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance.
Yeah, we talked earlier in the show, but opportunity to do a protection review. Review your current insurance right now, $27 gift card on us just for that opportunity to take a look. hopefully save you some money. You can visit TampaBayInsurance.com. We've got a link right up there. If you look at the very top, kind of our response on COVID-19, and right in that, we can there's a link in there to do the Amazon gift card challenge. So great opportunity. You got a little extra time on your hands. Do a review of your home, your auto, your business insurance, any other insurance you want us to take a look at. We work with over 50 carriers. We handle all lines of insurance. We're one of the top 25 agencies here in the Bay Area, is ranked by the Business Journal, and have 200 5-star Google reviews. So we'd love to make you part of our family.
Nice. I like that. It's a great note to end on. And Doug, Levi, Eli Gonzalez, thanks so much for bringing those nuggets of advice today, and some really good content there for the show. If you want to write a book, if you want to get an insurance review, of course, reach out to the show. We'd love to put you in contact with either one of our expert contributors on the show today. And think about the show as the hub of your financial, your business, your real estate wheel. Of course, we talk a lot about health and nutrition as well. We've got tomorrow's show. We got Fred DeFelice going to be on the show talking about water science. Mary Cernicki talking about roofing and Suncoast Roofing. You've heard Chuck Peterson on the show many times. So think about our show as the hub of your financial, your business wheel. All of those spokes extending out, representing another one of our preferred partners and our on-air expert contributors. So the way that we support this show is by having you reach out and allowing us to do business with you and connect you to our expert contributors. Over 50 plus show partners, 80 categories. So 813-670-7372 is our hotline. We would love to hear from you. We've had an uptick in calls lately, of course, with this virus. There's more and more people tuning in to talk radio, so we would love to talk to you as well. ConsumerQB.com, a plethora of information available on our website at ConsumerQB.com. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, pack up some food or clothing, make some donations, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.